when you're doing a lot of things, because I feel like a lot of people feel like they need to be doing a lot of things right now, whether it's the 2 or 3, side hustles that you're running at the same time and you're waiting for one to move forward faster, or you're putting all the eggs in one basket, you have to enjoy the process and you have to be patient about it. Right? Because again, going back to learning every single day, you take those little snippets of those learning methods and you apply it into the next day. And then that becomes exponential growth, right? So for me, as a person who, let's say this podcast, for example, I need to be able to see that growth because that's part of the excitement.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, having perspective.
Exactly. That's like a relationship. Relationships, they become exciting when you get to learn new things about your partner, when you get to understand that change is inevitable, right? Where you're not going to be with necessarily the same person after 3 years. But okay, is this person, are they matching the expectations you have now? Are you guys growing in the same line? Same thing with your business. Imagine if all of a sudden you went autopilot and you just said yes a lot of times. To like, oh yeah, you know what, we'll collaborate with this athlete. Oh yeah, sure, you know what, we'll open up in Cameron Heights. Sure, let's do it. All of a sudden, you kept saying yes to so many things, but you didn't seek to understand what it is you were doing it for. You didn't take a step back. And I feel like a lot of times, I'm starting to learn this now, Raj, where there needs to be moments where you sit yourself down and you're quiet. And you sit back. And you're not listening to anything, not talking to anybody. You're alone in your space, and it's as short as thinking about what the plan is for the next day without a screen in front of you, or it's as long as, okay, well, where are we taking this in 3 months from now? And for me, honestly, I'm very bad at time management. I really am, as you know. However, as far as planning goes, planting the seeds, watering that seed so it grows, I find that's something I really spend a lot of time in doing. Did I answer your question?
I'm sure you did, somewhere in there. Somewhere in there he did, right?
Somewhere along the line.
So you mentioned 2 big lessons. One of them was enjoying the process and the journey. And the second one was taking a moment at times to basically meditate. You're describing a meditation, whether it's reflection, time alone, quiet, but you're describing some form of meditation and reflection. Where did you learn those things?
I learned it through making a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Really. Even up to this day. I'm a big yes man.
Okay.
Again, going back to that chapter in my life, really, where I want to try everything, right? I want to do all these things, and I feel like I always have to prove it to myself. I used to say prove people wrong. Now I flipped it. Now I'm like, okay, I don't got to prove anything to anybody. I just have to prove it to myself. I have to show that I am so comfortable and so willing to make things happen, and that how it looks in here is how it's going to look out there, right? But a lot of times, you realize you're going through the motions, and then how you looked at it in here doesn't become what's out there.
And that's okay.
And then,
that's
it's fine.
okay.
It's completely fine,
That's
right?
okay. That's part of your journey.
Like along the way, I did some stupid shit, like career-wise. I was working my first year at Post Media as a media consultant, and while I was doing that, I was so hungry for more. It just wasn't enough. Which again, it's not healthy, right? You're working a 9 to 5 and you're training. Why you put more on your plate, right? And I'm realizing that now. But okay, what did I do? I thought about becoming a real estate agent. I thought about becoming a health consultant, learning how to be a health coach and understanding the principles of what you need to learn that. Thirdly, I thought I was going to run a window cleaning business while I'm making the transition into becoming and shaping myself into a marketing manager role at TELUS. It's just too much.
Yeah, there's too many things.
Too many things.
You can't focus effectively on all those things.
You can't.
Right.
And morally, at the end of the day, that bit me up inside because I don't like half-assing. I really dislike half-assing. And when I start noticing that, that's when I feel like my life is in shambles. If I don't feel like I have control over it, and it controls me, then I'm not happy anymore. So like really my life lesson there is I only did it because it wasn't to prove myself anything. It was to prove up to others.
Right.
It was to feel like I need to figure out what I want to do with my life.
Sure. I mean, that was
Right?
a messy exploration, it sounds like.
Very
That's okay.
messy.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's also beautiful. It's messy and beautiful all at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're learning a lot.
Oh,
You're exploring
absolutely.
and failing and succeeding and failing faster
Definitely.
and learning from it.
Yeah.
But it helps to shape a narrower vision going forward.